Hi, this is Shadi, and today we will discuss The Last Samurai. I specifically picked this movie because not only it's a great movie in terms of as an art, the music, Hans Zimmer did an absolute wonderful job. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. It's not historically accurate. I'm sure you know this, but it is based on the Satsuma Rebellion. But they did like a spin-off of it, more like an American hero rather than a French. But I picked this video because it has a lot of kendo slash iaido manifestations in it, also some Judo with the archery. But if you are you practice one of these arts, I'd say you have really enjoyed this video, I would say. But in terms of Judo, there is very little, but nonetheless, those few little moves are the rarest, even in competition. And I'm very surprised that they even went with these techniques itself, rather than go with something classic like Ippon Seoinage and Tomoe-nage or Kataguruma like John Wick. So today we will see these very few techniques. So I do believe that they deserve a lot of attention because of their rarities. So first, let's start with the ninja slash samurai battle. It's a very intense scene. Here you see it's striking him with the sword. Tom Cruise takes the arm across, grabs the leg, and goes for a Koga-like Sodetsuri Komigoshi. Again, very rare even till this day. Koga started it. It is very present in Aikido and other arts, but they don't sacrifice themselves the way Tom Cruise did it, so that's what really grabbed my attention. So very similar to Koga with the leg grab as well. There's also Soichi Hashimoto doing it today. I believe also Lombardo, but these are the two greats that practice this particular technique. If you want to practice it, be careful of the Hansokumake. It can be dangerous on the elbow. So here, let's check it out with the leg grab. So let's go second to the scene of the village where he was ambushed by 5 people, where he does a brilliant sutemi, and not the sutemi you would expect, which is like a classic Tomoe-nage, but rather here. So he fends off one of the swordsmen with the other kicks and goes for a Yoko wakari. Let's see it. Goes to the side and separates, hence the name Yoko wakari. Let's see it in its purest forms. So here, kuzushi, you go to the side and sacrifice yourself, separating yourself, and uke, again, hence the name. If you go to this video of the Kodokan and scroll down to the comments, you'd see a lot of people are very skeptic of this technique, saying it doesn't work, but I beg to differ. It is very beautiful, it's very rare, even in competition till this day. But understanding it, you would know that it is 100% possible. There's also quite a few variations of it. We'll also see them in just a little bit, but here you see at this angle he separates almost in a diagonal fashion. I believe this comes from your Kitoryu Jujutsu kata, and here you see it again, kuzushi followed by the sutemi. So here you have udegeishi, which is also considered a form of Yoko wakare, but from the stand up to the ground it can be very dangerous on the shoulder, and thus it is prohibited from the stand up, but in newaza you can very much do it. Also, let's check out this particular variation. I believe catch wrestlers also do it. I'm not sure, but I think I've seen them do it. But here, see, it's like a Ippon Seoinage hand insertion, but you sacrifice yourself to the side and, projecting your opponent. Let's see which is obviously very plausible. Let's see here a small competition example. Leg grab feinted with Yoko wakare. So here, let's check out a classical Yoko wakari, like the ones I showed the Kodokan and Tom Cruise do it, being done by none other than the greatest Monk Bath. Her newaza is absolutely amazing, and also her stand-up as well. Here Neil Adams will tend to explain it. So here, let's check out the competition. So here it's Melanie Clement, tends to go for like a big Russian arm, and thus Monk Bath takes advantage of it and throw her for Yoko wakari by trapping her arm. So here Clement goes for a very high arm, very typical of the French, around the back of the shoulder level, and Munkbat shrugs her shoulder off and liberates the grip and traps the arm actually. So here he brings him closer, he's explaining it, and thus, shrugging the shoulder off and liberating the grip, pinning the sleeve and the arm, and then turning around and spinning for Yoko wakari. So obviously it can be done, as you just saw. I know it may seem very like there's no, how do you say, momentum when you like just separate yourself. There's no leg, there's no lever, there's no something that would provide a clean throw, but there actually is. Just going down really underneath them, it was really creates the unbalancing. So finally here, let's see it again, goes underneath him, classical Yoko wakari. And finally the leg lock scene, goes for like this ankle pick and like really rotates the knee and grabs the ankle. Let's see it again here. I believe that torsion here, as he fell down, can be very dangerous. Not typically your classical heel hook, but I would say here Tom Cruise goes for like a seoinage, but bear hug / bear hug, and the other samurai goes for like the classical ankle pick, and here like the grabs the leg, and instead of like bringing him here closer to him and applying pressure on the knee, he rather like twists and creates pressure on the knee and also the ankle as well. Not your classical heel hook. Let's see it here again. Sanai Kuda, the only judoka to win ADCC, that can also put a lot of pressure on your knee here. As he twists here, that can definitely do a lot of damage on the knee, in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Was that like your old heel hook? Does it really work? A lot of people, I mean, I can imagine a lot of people can say, this does not work. But, the momentum, how he was spinning, creating torsion on the knee and also falling down at the same time, in my opinion, it can really destroy the knee. So, if you have anything else to add, like always, share it down below. Also, again, this movie is absolutely brilliant in terms of not only the scenery, the like how they chose the spots, the lighting, the choice of techniques for judo absolutely blew my mind. A Yoko wakari instead of like John Wick, where he does like the old cliches of jujitsu, like the kataguruma, seoinage, osoto. But here, like, you see them applying the rarities, the koga variation of sode instead of like a hip toss like in Enola Holmes, which I don't believe they did such a good job. And here you see also the Yoko wakari. So if you have anything else to add, let me know down below. Also consider supporting me on Patreon. I have exclusive content for the patrons only, and please do not forget to check out Josh Simon's shop for articles and also historical t-shirts. This was Shadi, and as always, thank you for listening.